Good morning students, how are you all? In today's class we are going to see about the punctuation marks and the reading comprehension. Okay. So first I have written the punctuation marks for you. So what are punctuation marks? Look at here, I have written a few punctuation marks. So the first one is full stop, question mark, comma, exclamation mark, quotation marks, colon. We'll read it once again. The first one is full stop, question mark, comma, exclamation mark, quotation marks, colon. So now let us see where to use these punctuation marks. So the first one is full stop. So this is the symbol of full stop. You all know. So where to use this full stop? Shows the end of the sentence. So we have to use this full stop at the end of the sentence. Where we have to use? We have to use at the end of the sentence. So if the sentence has a complete sense, we have to use this full stop, or else we have to use this full stop in a declarative sentence. So what is meant by declarative sentence? Yes, declarative sentence means the sentence states something. It gives some information about the subject. Okay, so the type of sentence is known as declarative sentence. So in a declarative sentence also we have to use this full stop. So shows the end of the sentence. So we have to use this full stop at the end of the sentence. So if the sentence has a complete sense, we have to use full stop, or if the sentence is in the declarative form, we have to use full stop. For example of declarative sentence, what I am doing, I am teaching. Okay, something has been stated by me. I am teaching. So it tells information about what I am doing. So it's a declarative sentence. You are listening. It is sunny. He is playing. She is reading. So these are all the declarative sentence. So in those declarative sentence, we have to use this full stop, and this is the symbol of full stop. So where we have to use full stop, we have to use at the end of the sentence, or if the sentence has a complete sense, we have to use full stop, or if the sentence is in the declarative form, we have to use full stop. And the next one is question mark. So this is the symbol of question mark. We all know that to use the question mark. First of all, what is meant by question word? So the word which starts with WH letter is known as the question word. For example, where, who, whom, whose, which. So these are all the question words, and how is also a question word. Okay. So in those case we have to use this question mark. Shows that a question is being asked. So if we ask a question, what are you doing? Where are you going? Who are you? How are you? So when we ask question, we have to use the question mark. Okay. So if the word that starts with WH letter, or if it is in the question form, we have to use this question mark, and this is the symbol of question mark. The next one is comma. This is the symbol of comma. Joins two or more ideas in a sentence, or separate items in a series. Joins two or more ideas in a sentence, or separate items in a series. So if you are joining two or more than two ideas, okay, we have to use this comma. For example, I like tea, coffee, burger, sandwich. So I have mentioning more items. So I have mentioning and joining the more items. So in that case, we have to use comma. Have you understood why to use this comma? Okay. Next one is the exclamation mark, and this is the symbol of the exclamation mark. Now let us see the definition for that. Shows strong emphasis or strong emotion. Shows strong emphasis or strong emotion. So what is meant by emotion? Emotion comes from goodness. Okay, so the happiness, sadness, anger, joy. So these are all the emotions. So when we express the strong emotions or the feelings, we have to use this exclamation mark. For example, hooray, I won the match. Oh, how beautiful it is. Alas, I lost the match. Likewise, okay, when we express our emotions or the feelings, we have to use this exclamation mark. And next one is quotation mark. So quotation, this is the symbol of the quotation mark. Shows that words have been directly quoted. Shows that words have been directly quoted. So in a sentence, if we quote something very important, okay, if we quote some words or some group of words very important, we have to use this quotation. Okay, if we quote something important, it is known as in that case we have to use this quotation mark. And the last one is the colon. So I have to use this colon. Introduces the information that comes after it. Introduces the information that comes after it. So when we introduce the list or the item, okay, when we introduce the list or the item, we have to use this colon. For example, I would like to visit 3 amazing cities. Okay, so I would like to visit 3 amazing cities. And what are those cities? I am going to list out those cities: Paris, London, New York. Okay, so I am listing out the names of the cities. So in that case, we have to use this colon. Okay, have you understood? When we introduce or when we list the ideas or the names of something, we have to use this colon, and this is the symbol of colon. 2 full stop we have to keep like this. Okay, so now we have learned about the full stop, question mark, comma, exclamation mark, quotation marks, colon. We'll recall it once again. So where we use this colon shows the end of the sentence. So we have to use full stop at the end of the sentence, or if the sentence has a complete sense, or if the sentence is in the declarative form, we have to use this full stop. And what is in the declarative sentence? Yes, declarative sentence means the sentence states about something. It gives some information. So that is known as declarative sentence. So in those cases, we have to use this full stop and the question mark. So shows that the question is being asked. So if when we ask a question, we have to use the question mark. And if the word which starts with WH letter, we have to use question mark in those cases. And comma means, this is comma, joins 2 or more ideas in a sentence. So if you are joining 2 or more than 2 ideas, we have to use comma. And exclamation mark means it shows strong emphasis, a strong feeling. So when we express our feeling or the emotions, we have to use this exclamation mark. And quotation marks. This quotation shows that words have been directly quoted. So in a sentence, if something has been importantly stated or quoted, we have to use this quotation mark. And colon means, this is the colon where the colon is used. Introduce the information that comes after it. So if we introduce the list or the item of something, we have to use this colon. Have you understood? That we use the full stop, question mark, comma, exclamation mark, quotation marks, colon. Okay students, the next one we are going to see is the semicolon, apostrophe, slash, hyphen, parenthesis. Okay. Now let us see the usage of this semicolon, of that we use in a sentence. Connects 2 complete sentences that are related. Connects 2 complete sentences that are related. So semicolon is nothing but it is of combining the 2 sentences. Okay, there will be 2 sentences which are related to one another. The meaning of those 2 sentences will be same. Okay, so it will be related to one another and it has a complete sense. Okay, the sentence has a complete sense. So in that case, we have to use this semicolon. So semicolon means it's nothing but it is of connecting the complete sentences that are related to one another. Okay, have you understood? And next one is apostrophe. This is the symbol of apostrophe. Used to show possession or for contraction of words. Used to show possession or for contraction of words. So what is meant by possession? Possession means someone's own thing. Okay, someone's own thing. Or for contraction. Contraction means the short form of the word. So for example, did not. How will you write it as short form? Did. So this is the contraction. Okay. So when we write in a contraction or in a short form, we have to use this symbol apostrophe. So use to show possession or for contraction of word. Slash, and this is the symbol of slash to separate letters, numbers, words. So to separate them, we have to use this slash. For what? Letters, numbers, words. We have to use this slash. And next one is the hyphen. You all know the symbol of hyphen. Join words together to indicate that they have a combined meaning. So if there will be 2 words, okay, to combine the 2 words, we have to use this hyphen, but the meaning will be the same. So join words together to indicate that they have a combined meaning. So to join 2 words, we have to use this hyphen. And next one we are going to see is the parenthesis. This is the symbol of parenthesis. To add extra information or to omit some non-essential information in a sentence. So where we there will be some important information. Okay, so in order to show the important words, what we have to use? We have to use this parenthesis. Likewise, there will be some unimportant words. Okay, some non-essential or unimportant information there will be there in the sentence. So to indicate those things, we have to use this parenthesis. So parenthesis is nothing but extra information or to make some non-essential information in a sentence. We have to use this parenthesis. So now we have seen this semicolon, apostrophe, slash, hyphen and parenthesis. Okay students, now we are going to see activity for this punctuations. So what are all the punctuations we have seen now? What is this? Full stop, comma, exclamation mark, question mark, hyphen, colon, semicolon, parenthesis, quotation, slash. Okay, so these are all the punctuations we have seen just now. And I have written a few sentences for you. You are going to identify the punctuation marks for these sentences. Now let us read those sentences. The first one. Where are you going? Where are you going? The second one. I play football. I play football. And the third one. How beautiful it is. How beautiful it is. Fourth one. Ram has a pencil, pen, eraser. Ram has a pencil, pen, eraser. Sita's house is beautiful. Sita's house is beautiful. I am going to buy 3 things. Chairs, tables, toys. I am going to buy 3 things. Chairs, tables, toys. Okay students, now we are going to identify the punctuation mark for this. The first sentence, where are you going? Where are you going? So how the sentence begins? Yes, the sentence begins with WH word. Okay, so it's a question word. So if a question word comes in a sentence, what punctuation we have to use? Yes, very good. We have to use question marks. And what are the WH words we have seen? Yes, where, when, which, whom, whose. So these are all the WH words. So where is also a WH word. So if WH word comes in a sentence, what we have to use? Yes, we have to use question mark. So look at here. What comes here? Question mark. So where are you going? Question mark. Okay. So it's a question type of statement. So where are you going? Question mark. Have you understood this? Okay. Let's see the next one. I play football. I play football. So it's a declarative sentence. It seems to be a declarative sentence. It states something about the subject. What the subject has been doing. So what the subject is doing? The subject is playing football. So it's a declarative sentence. So to complete a sentence or if a sentence ends, what we have to use? We have to use full stop. So if a sentence has a complete sense or if the sentence is in a declarative form or if the sentence ends, we have to use this full stop. And third one, how beautiful it is. How beautiful it is. So what type of statement is it is? Yes, it is an exclamatory sentence. It is of expressing the emotion of seeing something. Okay, how beautiful it is. It's of describing about something. So in the case, what we have to use? Yes, we have to use the exclamatory mark. So what mark is this? What symbol is this? It's an exclamatory mark. So how beautiful it is. So exclamatory mark. And next one is Ram has a pencil, pen, eraser. Ram has a pencil, pen, eraser. So who is the person in the sentence we are speaking about? Yes, Ram is a person. So what are all the things that Ram is having with him? How many things he is having? Yes, he is having 3 things. Okay, he is having 3 things. And what are the 3 things? The pencil, pen, eraser. So we are listing out the 3 things. So if we are listing out the things, what punctuation we have to use? Yes, very good. Comma. Okay, so pencil, comma, pen, comma, eraser. So look at here. So next to this pencil, we have to put this comma. And likewise, so next to this pencil we have to put comma. And at last the eraser. So the sentence ends. Okay, so Ram has a pencil, pen, eraser. So if the sentence ends, what we have to use? We have to use it. We have to keep the full stop. Okay, the sentence ends. The sentence has a complete sense. We have to use this full stop at the end of the sentence. So Ram has a pencil, comma, pen, comma, eraser. Okay, have you understood this? And the next sentence. Sita's house is beautiful. Sita's house is beautiful. So Sita is a person. Okay, so what we have to use here? What punctuation we have to use here? Yes, we have to use the apostrophe here because it is of expressing the meditation. Sorry, possession, because we are referring to the possession. Possession means it's of about someone's own thing. Okay, someone's own thing. So Sita's house is beautiful. So whose house is referred here? Sita's house. Okay, so Sita apostrophe yes. So because the house belongs to Sita. So Sita's house is beautiful. Does the sentence end, students? Yes, the sentence ends. So if the sentence ends, what punctuation we have to use? Yes, we have to use full stop. Okay. So the sentence ends, we have to use full stop. So Sita's house is beautiful. So we have kept this apostrophe because this house belongs to Sita. So it's of expressing the possession of Sita. So we have used this apostrophe. So Sita's house is beautiful. Full stop. And the last sentence is, I am going to buy 3 things. Okay, I am going to buy 3 things. And what are the 3 things that have been listed here? Chairs, tables, toys. Okay, chairs, tables, toys. So I am going to buy 3 things. I am going to buy 3 things. So the 3 things are chairs, tables, and toys. So what we have to use here? What punctuation we have to use here? Yes, we have to use the punctuation colon. Okay, we have to use this punctuation colon. I am going to buy 3 things. And the 3 things are the chairs, tables, toys. So what we have to use here? Yes, we have to use punctuation comma. The first one is chairs and the second one is tables. And second one is tables. So I am going to buy 3 things. And the 3 things has been listed as chairs, tables, toys. Okay, have you understood this punctuation, students? How to do this? Okay, the first sentence is, where are you going? Where are you going? So the sentence starts with WH word. So we have used question mark. And the second one, I play football. So it's a declarative type of sentence. So we have used full stop. And third one, how beautiful it is. So it's of expressing our emotions. Okay, of seeing something. So we have used the exclamatory mark. And the fourth one, Ram has a pencil, pen, eraser. So the things that has been the things that has been used by Ram. Okay, what are all the things that he is having? So they are listing out the things that they are: pencil, pen, eraser. And the fifth one is Sita's house is beautiful because we have used the apostrophe because of possession, and full stop at the end of this statement. And I am going to buy 3 things. So what are the things here we have mentioned here? Chairs, tables, and toys. And so these are all the punctuations now we have discussed in this class. Hope you all understood these punctuations. Okay, students. So I have written a reading comprehension for you. Okay. So what is meant by comprehension? Comprehension means it is of understanding. Okay. So I have written a passage for you. So we are going to read this passage and we are going to understand it, and we are going to answer for the questions I have written here. So comprehension means it's nothing but it's of understanding. Okay. So the passage I have written is a short one, and I have given a topic as reading a book. The topic of this passage is reading a book. So it's nothing but it's of a book only. Okay. So Sherin didn't have many friends, but She had a lot of books. Books were better than friends sometimes. Books didn't get angry at you or argue at you. Books don't feel sad when you didn't come to see them for a while. So this is the first passage. We'll read it once again, okay? Sherin didn't have many friends, but she had a lot of books. So why we have used apostrophe here? So how we have to read this? We have to read this as didn't, but the full form of this is did not. So we have written in a short form. So when we write the words in a short form, we have to use this apostrophe. Okay, so didn't. So how we have to pronounce this word? Didn't. Is did not a correct pronunciation? No. In this case, we have to pronounce it only as didn't. So Sherin didn't have many friends. So I have kept comma here. So we have to stop here. Sherin didn't have many friends, but she had a lot of books. So this is the same sentence but has two different ideas. So if a sentence has two different ideas, we have to separate with a comma. Okay. If a sentence has two different ideas, we have to separate with a comma. So I have given comma here. Sherin didn't have many friends, but she had a lot of books. Books were better than friends sometimes. Books were better than friends sometimes. Books didn't get angry at you or argue at you. Books don't feel sad when you didn't come to see them for a while. So I have kept full stop for each sentences, okay? Because the sentence has a complete sense, I have kept full stop. So what is the meaning of this first passage? Suppose this person we are speaking about, yes, the person we are speaking about is Sherin. So what do Sherin have? So Sherin didn't have many friends, but she had a lot of books. So Sherin is having a lot of books instead of having friends. Okay, she is not having more friends, but she is having more and more books. Books were better than friends sometimes. So what she is saying, books seems to be a better companion than friends. So she is liking books very much. Books didn't get angry at you or argue at you. So what happens? Books won't get angry at you. Okay? When you won't read the books, it won't get angry at you or it won't argue with you. Books don't feel sad when you didn't come to see them for a while. So if we didn't read books for a long time, the books won't get angry at you. Okay? It won't get angry at you. So this is the meaning of this first passage. We'll read it once again. Sherin didn't have many friends, but she had a lot of books. Books were better than friends sometimes. Books didn't get angry at you or argue at you. Books don't feel sad when you didn't come to see them for a while. Have you understood this first passage? Shall we move on to the next one? Sherin liked fantasy books. They had lots of adventures. She felt like she was in them. She could be a princess or an adventurer. She could see lots of monsters and amazing places. It was great to read about fantasy. So what kind of books does Sherin read? Yes, she is liking to read fantasy books. Okay, she likes to read fantasy books. So fantasy means adventurous books. She had lot of adventures. So while reading those books, the book is filled with lots of adventures. She felt like she was in there. So when she reads the adventures book, she feels like she was in the present scenario. Okay, she feels each and every situation. She could be a princess or an adventurer. So she is feeling herself as a princess or the adventurer. She could see lots of monsters and amazing places. So in those stories, what she sees, She sees lots of monsters and lots of amazing places she has been seeing in this story. So what kind of story is that? Yes, it's a fantasy book. Okay, the story she is reading is about the fantasy book. It was great to read about fantasy. She is feeling very happy. Okay, she feels very happy to read about the fantasy books. So Sherin liked fantasy books. They had lots of adventures. So in those fantasy books, she is reading a lot of adventure things. She felt like she was in them. She could be a princess or an adventurer. She could see lots of monsters and amazing places. It was great to read about fantasy. And the next passage is about the book about fantasy. Okay, have you understood the second passage? And the third passage is, sometimes she liked history books. So most of the time she will read the fantasy books, and sometimes she used to read the history books. She likes history books also. It was strange to imagine how things used to be before all the inventions we have today. So in those books, she is reading about the people who lived in the past. Okay, so she is thinking that how they were living without the inventions that we have today. So today we have more and more new things in our day-to-day life, but the people who lived past won't have those things. So she was imagining that how the people lived in those days. So she is thinking that it was a strange one for them to live. So sometimes she liked history books. It was strange to imagine how things used to be before all the inventions we have today. Okay, so she is thinking about the past, old people up in the history books. Okay, so she loves to read the fantasy books and as well as the history books. But comparing to this history books, he loved to read the fantasy books more and more. Okay, have you understood this story? So this story is about the girl Sherin. Okay, we'll read it once again. Reading a book. Sherin didn't have many friends, but she had a lot of books. Books were better than friends sometimes. Books didn't get angry at you or argue at you. Books don't feel sad when you didn't come to see them for a while. Sherin liked fantasy books. They had lots of adventures. She felt like she was there. So for the full stop we have to pause there. Okay? She could be a princess or an adventurer. So what is the adventurer? The person one who does the adventure. We call the adventurer. Okay? She could see lots of monsters and amazing places. It was great to read about fantasy. Sometimes she liked history books. It was strange to imagine how things used to be before all of the inventions we have today. Have you understood this passage, students? Okay. So we have read this passage and we understood the meaning of this passage. So after reading the given passage, what we have to do? We have to read the questions that has been given. So how many questions I have given here? Yes, I have given 3 questions. Okay, shall we read those questions first? And what is the first question? Who loved to read a lot of books? Who loved to read a lot of books? Second question is, which book she liked the most? Which book she liked the most? And the question is, do books get angry when you don't argue with them? Do books get angry when you don't argue with them? So after reading the questions, you have to find out answer from the given passage. Okay? So the answer will be in the passage only. You only have to find the answers. So who love to read a lot of books? So whom we are reading in this passage, about whom? We are reading about Sherin. So Sherin is the person we are reading in this passage. So who love to read a lot of books? Sherin. Sherin is the person who love to read a lot of books. So Sherry love to read a lot of books. And the second question, which book she liked the most? So in this passage we have mentioned two books. Okay, we have mentioned two books. The first one is fantasy books and second one is history books. But which book she liked the most? Yes, she liked the fantasy books. She liked fantasy books. Do books get angry when you don't argue with them? So we have already read here. See, books didn't get angry at you or argue at you. Okay, so the answer is no. No, books won't get angry when we don't argue with them. So books won't get angry with us when we didn't argue with them. Okay, have you understood? Okay students, now you have understood how to write the reading comprehension. So what you have to do? You have to read the given passage carefully and you have to understand the meaning of meaning of the passage, and you have to move on to the questions and you have to read the questions and you have to find out the answer from the given passage. Have you understood how to do it? Now I have given home assignment for you. Okay, so the first one is read the given passage, record and send the video. A passage will be given for you. So what you have to do? You have to read the passage properly and you have to record it as a video and you have to send it to the group. And the second one is complete the worksheet. Okay, you have to complete the worksheet. The first one is read the given passage, record and send the video, and second one is complete the worksheet. See you in the next class. Thank you.